Today's podcast is brought to you by nobody because we don't have any sponsors. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Our Wives, Our Friends with your hosts, Tyler and Eric. And today we have our guest star, back by popular demand, Cody.
Say hi, Cody.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What are we talking about today?
Well, I think we're going to talk about some of our hobbies.
Some dad hobbies?
Dad hobbies.
Or not dad hobbies?
A little of both, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's different, you know.
Yeah.
Dad hobbies may bleed into personal hobbies.
Well, I mean, it's just like hobbies that we've kind of had since we were young, or now that we do, like what we can get away with, I think is the when we have time to do. Because I have a lot of hobbies that I like to do that I just don't have the time to.
Time is the biggest thing right there.
Time is everything.
Yeah.
So what are your summer hobbies, Cody?
Well, let's start with even just last night. I went fishing. Love to go fishing. I don't do it enough, but
Same.
I was out till 2:00 in the morning trying to fish for catfish, and all we caught was little tiny baby catfish. So
That's disappointing.
it is disappointing, especially you risk getting stabbed in the hand because they have barbs
Yep.
on the top and on the sides of them.
And they don't have scales either. They have a flesh. So when you skin a catfish, it's a lot different than a normal fish. You actually have to skin it like you would an animal. Did you know that?
Yeah. I like fishing as well. I took my son fishing a couple weeks ago. We had a pretty good time. We caught a fish on every cast, so he had a great time. But he also fell in the pond, so
Damn, tell me.
and he can't swim. So he was just really excited. He's running around. Yeah, he can't swim by himself. So
Did you have to jump in after him?
Well, I went with my stepdad, and he hopped in after him and got him out there. So we had a good time. It was a blast. But fishing's always a good way.
I do like fishing too. It's just like same thing with everything. Is I can't go fishing every weekend.
Right.
I wish I could. That's the ultimate dad hobby though. Is like fishing.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's a little weird to go by yourself, and so you guys try to grab another dad to come with you, and then sometimes the schedule conflicts, and that has to play into having time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've really gone fishing by myself. Now that you bring that up,
Yeah,
it's always with somebody or a group of people or whatever.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be kind of peaceful going by yourself though.
Now I want to get a boat and a kayak and just go by myself and go fishing.
yeah.
What about do you ever fish in the ocean or just mostly freshwater stuff?
Yeah, recently I went ocean fishing. We chartered a boat at Morro Bay, and we had a really good time. Caught our limit. A friend of ours got sick, which is a big thing when you go on the boat out.
Yeah,
in the ocean.
seasickness stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you pretty much got to take that Dramamine 2 days before you go, and consecutively be taking it, and then you'll be fine. But a friend of ours got sick, and we ended up catching our limit and his limit, and he only fished for probably 10 minutes in the
Just
4-hour trip.
Just
So,
hanging over the boat, throwing up the whole time.
yeah, or in the galley, just leaned over trying to drink water, and yeah, I felt really bad because you pay so much money
Right.
to do this thing, and you want to enjoy it and you want to have a good time, but at the same time, you can't control whether or not you're going to be sick. And I mean, even if you prepped beforehand, like I said, several days beforehand, you don't know how you're going to react. I mean, this is my first time too, and I ended up lucking out, and because I did 2 days beforehand, I started taking the Dramamine and stuff like that. It worked out because for some odd reason it just worked out, and I had a good time, and I caught several fish, several lean cod and stuff like that. And
I was gonna say rockfish probably.
Rock
Yeah.
cod.
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't catch a biggish fish on the boat, but still had a great time.
Yo, I caught a fucking shark.
But
Reeled that bad boy in.
but I imagine if I was sick the whole time, that would have just really sucked and pretty much waste your money.
Yeah, you almost feel bad for that guy along for the ride, because you're out in the middle of the ocean. The whole boat's not going to turn around for this, for this guy. He's just got to rough it out.
Dude, and I've done it. I haven't done it recently now that I'm like older. So I wonder how, like, if I have my sea legs, I wonder if I'm going to get sick. I'm just curious. Like when I was younger, I don't remember really getting sick, but maybe it's changed since I've gotten older.
Yeah. If it's been a while since you've been out there.
Yeah. It's not something I've done all the time is go take a boat off, the ocean into the ocean very often. So
yeah, no, I've been salmon fishing when I was younger. That was a lot of fun. We'd go salmon fishing and then throw a couple crab pots out the side of the boat. And
I've done that. I've been crabbing before. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, we went out salmon fishing, but on the way out there, you throw the crab pots out, and then on the way back in, you just pull them up and see what you got at the end of the day.
I actually went crabbing when I was young off of Seattle.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we did it up in the channels, up in Seattle. I have family that lives up there.
Yeah,
on Whidbey Island. We actually did. It was kind of cool. You're like setting out your traps, and there's like whales going. Pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's funny because you throw it out there, and then it's always kind of a mystery. You're pulling this thing up to see what comes up.
What'd you
guys like the shows?
What'd you guys use as bait for the fish or the crabs?
Just some kind of fish chum. I don't know.
I remember it was raw chicken legs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they love. I don't know, for whatever reason they love it.
Interesting.
Yeah, just we just like zip tied it to the inside of the crab cage.
Have you guys been like tuna fishing ever?
No.
That's on my kind of fishing bucket list.
Like big game fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's on my fishing bucket list.
I want a marlin. Cool. Put up a big old marlin on the wall.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Barracuda.
A lot of work.
Piranha.
I've seen people like online trying to pull in marlin and stuff like that. They're
they're
working at it and hours working at it.
Yeah.
Arms are burning the whole time. Crazy.
Great white shark. I'm gonna catch a great white.
And mount it on your wall.
Mount it on my wall. Yeah.
Take up the whole wall.
I want to catch a megalodon.
I do want to fish more. It's something I wish I could do a little bit more, but see how things go.
Yeah, I'm more of a like outdoors camping, freshwater fishing, hunting, that type of outdoor setting. I love being outside like that.
Yeah, what kind of hunting do you like doing?
Deer. Deer's good. Deer's good. Have you guys ever been deer hunting?
No.
No? Sounds like it's about time.
No.
Now, do you go with like a rifle or old school like bow and arrow?
I do have a bow, but mostly rifle.
I am interested in doing some big game hunting, but I do want to do it like old school with like a bow and arrow.
See, everyone says that, and that's
until they do it.
That's all fun, but you need to start with. I would recommend rifle hunting first. That way, you get used to it's easier.
Yeah, you got to acclimate, work your way into it.
Yeah, you learn the basics. You learn, especially when first starting out, you definitely want to learn the lay of the land, how to read stuff, how to be moved quietly. Because when you're with a bow, you have to be 30, 40, 50 yards away from that deer. You have to learn to sneak up on it.
Yeah.
Whereas with a rifle, you can be 200 yards away.
And you got to be extremely quiet.
Yeah, so learning with a rifle and just starting out that way is, I think, more beneficial because you learn some of the techniques and some of this stuff, especially if you've never done it before.
Right.
And then move into bow hunting.
Yeah, there's definitely something spiritual and about bow hunting that calls to me. That's why I purchased a bow, and me and Tyler have talked about that before.
Yeah.
We haven't actually gone out, but we've talked about it several times. Going out and shooting our bows and stuff.
Go shoot our bows for sure.
Yeah.
So at the shooting range, they have like a bow section where you can go shoot bows.
That's the nice thing about bows is that we get the block, the target block, and you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a gun where you're shooting it off and making a lot of noise. It's quiet.
Right.
I can do it right here in the driveway. No one would hear me. I wouldn't, but I'm just saying. There's some crazy like broadheads out there too for hunting. Yeah. Have you seen any broadheads for bow hunting?
Yeah.
Scary looking, dude. I feel like that would tear me up more on the inside if I got hit with a freaking bow than bullet.
You know what's crazy is they make some for like turkey hunting.
Yeah, the tom bombs. Have you seen those?
Yeah, they're designed to like lop the heads off of turkeys and shit. Yeah.
Hey, I've been
Crazy.
turkey hunting. That was pretty fun, but let me tell you, they are a pain in the ass to clean.
Yeah, because you have to defeather them and all
Yeah.
that shit.
We tried to. It took hours to pluck that thing.
What?
Pluck it.
Pluck it. You
To
know,
fuck it.
to-
I thought you
I'm
said
glad you said pluck.
But we were doing it the wrong way. Apparently, you're supposed to boil it, to loosen things up a little bit.
Yeah.
No, we just went after it.
Yeah, you got to boil it, and then the feathers come out easier.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that.
Oh yeah, bow hunting turkeys. They make these, like we were saying, the tom bombs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, what would you say, like 3 inches, 2 inches in diameter,
Easy. Yeah.
and they're basically like 3 spirals all the way around, and they spin like this, like
As you shoot
they
them.
spin
Yeah.
as you shoot them,
Yeah.
and so there's like a 3-inch diameter just going towards this turkey, and it's meant to like decapitate turkeys.
Wow,
That's freaking crazy, dude.
sounds like
Could you
fun.
imagine? Could you imagine getting hit in the stomach with one of those?
Oh, it's stick inside you. You
That's
bleed
an
out.
instant death.
Yeah.
Like the bow hunting. People talk about guns and everything and
Right.
dangers of it, and I'm all for gun safety and knowing how to use one before you even use it. But dude, bows are dangerous too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Extremely dangerous.
Yeah,
You need to know how to use it
Especially with kids and stuff. You gotta
because
teach them young.
the draw on a bow, it's designed for you. But like I have a 60-pound draw. You're pulling back at 60 pounds of pull. You can accidentally misfire that easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easily. So that's why, definitely never pointed at anybody.
I've done some bird hunting, like dove and duck and stuff like that, and it's fun. But I want to get into like some more big game stuff.
And that's the thing is that's why I like doing it is because it like brings me closer to nature. Like I feel like, so I think a lot of us need that. We're so removed from our roots
Right.
that we almost need to get pushed back in every once in a while and be part of Mother Nature and feel all that
Almost like this
spirit,
primal.
like a pure primal spiritual essence of being outside in the woods by yourself.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about your hunting trip where there's a lot of snow and everything? You showed me some pictures about it.
Yeah, so last deer season, we went up and we went to the same spot we typically always go to, and there happened to be a forecast for snow, so we went up early because we were taking a trailer, and went up early to beat the snow because I don't know if you've ever driven with a trailer up icy, snowy roads. It's not a lot of fun. So we got there early, got everything unloaded, found a spot, parked the trailer, got camp set up and all this stuff, and literally, it started raining, that morning, because we got there that night. The next morning, it just started dumping rain. I've never seen it was like movie rain. And then, literally, that was probably 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 10 o'clock, it was snowing. And then it started blizzarding, and we probably had over a foot of snow within 5 hours. So it was rough. It was cold. Then all of a sudden, we were outside, checking everything, and a bunch of trees started dead falling, snapping, because the weight of the snow will do that. There's dead trees.
Yeah,
The weight of the
on
snow
all the
will snap.
branches and everything.
And we were parked pretty close in a little valley of trees, and we were like, yeah, that's gonna kill us in our sleep. So we hooked the trailer back up in a foot of snow, repositioned it in the middle of this valley, prairie, whatever, and that way, if any of the trees fell, it wouldn't land on us. But I'm glad we did, because right after we moved it, we put it in the middle and got everything back situated and got camp set up, and all of a sudden, right where we were, 2 trees fell. That could kill us or take the trailer out, or it'd make the trip very unpleasant.
Right.
But that's something that people don't think about is deadfall trees.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would have thought of that firsthand, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely always keep an eye on that, because those are called widow makers. They're called that for a reason. Kill you. Wouldn't even know.
If it killed me, it would just be like make my mom sad or whatever. Because I'm not married or
You have a
I'm
daughter.
fairly
Your
single.
daughter would be sad.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, I don't want your daughter to not have her dad. But no, we should do our wives camping hunting trip. That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
Go get your hunter's ed. I think you already have it, don't you?
Yeah, no, I've had it for a while.
Yeah. You just need to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, no, it'd be a lot of fun. Get a bow.
Yeah, I need to invest in a bow. I need to learn how to shoot one first, though, before I start investing.
Yeah, you're not shooting mine. I've had somebody shoot mine before and it didn't go good.
Just like, would they mess it up or something? Or
I broke an arrow instantly because they misfired.
well, see, that's the other thing that I don't want. I need to practice on like some rental equipment or something. You know, I don't want to go and use someone's.
Use Cody's. He said,
Use
he
mine.
said he's willing to share.
Mine's a little heavier even for me. I think it's about 70 pounds, and I think I need to drop it at least 10 pounds to get it for me. I mean, I'm a small guy, so like, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a tough guy. I can get 70 pounds. No, it needs to be comfortable. That way you're
Exactly.
comfortable shooting.
Yeah, don't.
it.
That's the one thing with shooting a bow is don't feel like you have to be a manly man.
Right.
Like, oh, I can do that.
Do whatever
Dude,
works.
you got to do what's comfortable because you're gonna be in some awkward position, maybe on your knees in a bush, and you're gonna have to draw that bow back to fire it.
Right.
So you gotta do what's comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm not gonna call you a pussy because you can't draw 60 pounds or whatever back.
I'll keep that in mind in my bow shopping.
Your bow shopping endeavors.
Yeah.
Definitely go to like a bow shop
Right.
because they'll hook you up and they know exactly what you need and they can measure
Or at least get all the
your
measurements
arm
from
length
them.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's good advice.
Because when you were getting yours, I remember we had to
Yeah.
I measured you and we went through that whole process of figuring it out because you
Yeah.
have to know your arm length and all this, and because then everything goes to the draw length of the bow down to the size of the arrows. Your arrows even have to be cut to a certain length. You don't want it too short of an arrow, then it can't be docked when you have it pulled back.
Right.
Depends on arm length and strength,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yes, and they can, at like an actual bow shop, they have the strength testers to know like what feels comfortable. They
Yeah.
have like these little devices that measure that, so you can actually know what weight would work good for you. So any other like outdoor hobbies for you guys? What about just like general camping?
General camping, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say hiking.
Yeah.
Going to get a hike trail.
I don't know about you guys, but I've done it to where I've like tent camped, but just like took my truck, went off roading, found a spot, and that's where I was camped.
Right.
Like just like found a spot.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not like stay at a campground,
Yeah.
but like just roughed it.
Yeah. Slept in your bed of your truck or inside your truck.
Dude, I have a story about that. I have slept in the bed of my truck, parked a spot, slept in the bed of my truck overnight, camping or sleeping bag, all that stuff back there. I woke up to raccoons falling on me in the middle of the night.
Oh boy.
Dude, I was like fighting and kicking raccoons, and then I like got in my truck and drove away.
This is a fucking epic raccoon battle in the middle.
Dude, it was terrifying.
That's one way to wake up for sure.
Yeah, advice: don't sleep under a tree if you are sleeping in the bed of your truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you go and find a spot, you just blow up a little air mattress in the bed of your truck, call it a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Until the raccoons come.
or mountain lion.
Yeah.
They like to hunt at night too.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that.
Or coyote.
Lots of dangerous shit evidently in the wild.
Into the Wild, man. Your favorite movie?
Hey, I'm about it. You learn a lot. I mean, as your experiences go too, you pick up on some of these things.
Yeah, you can I can track and know what animals are around or the trails they're using and stuff like that, and you just kind of learn all that with experience. And if you've ever smelt mountain lion pee, it is very, it's cat piss.
Yeah.
And if you can smell their pee, that means there's one nearby. That means it just pissed.
Right.
probably watching you.
AKA, get the hell out of wherever you are.
Just remain calm. Don't, it's not.
Don't just take off in a full-on sprint.
Yeah, they're not going to come after you unless they feel threatened, just like any other animal. But
Or if they're hungry.
they're hungry. Yeah, I guess, but it's different than like the mountain lion stories you hear of like out in the hills or something where they attack somebody
Right.
because they're like more by the city, so there's less animals. Whereas in the middle of the woods, there's plenty of animals to keep them full.
Right.
So typically, we're not like their first choice, but they're just more curious. Like what are we doing in their territory?
Right. We're probably not the easiest prey.
I saw like a video, I think it was on like, I don't know, it's probably a YouTube video or something, but of a guy getting chased by a bear, and he has this bear spray. He's getting chased for like a few miles, and finally the bear gets close enough and he sprays him and he goes away. But man, that'd be fucking scary.
I've heard I don't know how true the story is, but I've heard a story about a guy getting attacked by a bear, and the bear like picked him up, and the dude like shoved his arm down the bear's throat and suffocated the bear. But it tore up his arm, like almost cut his arm off. But he lived through the bear attack because he like shoved his arm down the bear's throat.
This seems like a real lucky situation.
Yeah,
Right.
like 1 in a million.
If I'm getting attacked by a bear, I'm probably not going to shove my arm down his throat.
Dude,
but
It's not my first thing I'm gonna do.
it's like a last resort option. Like,
well, him being held up by a bear, I would imagine that was a last resort.
Yeah.
there's not too many options you have in that.
No. I think playing.
I hope to God I'm never in that position.
I think playing dead is is not an option at that point.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole playing dead thing.
Just like when it comes to like mountain lions and bears and stuff, is you never turn your back. Like, don't ever turn around and start leaving.
Right. Yeah.
Back up. Like, keep facing them.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you turn your back, you're prey.
Right.
So that's some advice, I guess. Don't turn your back to a wild animal.
Keep that in mind.
For all the situations we're in, or what?
Yeah.
You never know. Like, this is like the useless knowledge type of thing where you never know when you're in that situation you might need it.
It's probably the same for dogs, right?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
vicious dogs
Yeah,
in
yeah.
town that
Yeah,
we
you don't.
may or may not have
Mhm.
encountered.
Yeah, same. Yeah, you don't turn your back. What about some other hobbies that you guys have? Like, what are some, like, I know we're all like in football. You like watching football, whether it's NFL, college, Pee Wee, I don't know, whatever. What's your guys' teams? Like, NFL teams. Let's go around.
49ers.
49ers? Why?
Easy.
Why?
I don't know why. I've always been a 49ers fan. I mean, when I was watching football, when
It was
I
like
was
the-
younger,
the
it was like
Steve-
the golden
Steve Young, Joe Montana, Jerry
Jerry
Rice.
Rice. It was like a golden era for them.
What about you?
Well, mine's the Rams, as you know.
The Rams.
We share that in common.
Jesus.
I am also a Rams fan.
Yeah.
You're surrounded today, Eric.
Okay, why?
Well, that was so they were LA and then St. Louis. But when I was young, like I remember watching Super Bowls, but the like first real Super Bowl that I like really paid attention to and like went, and it was like a big deal. We went to like the Fox, like the theater in town, and there was a big Super Bowl party, so they played it on the actual big screen and all that. Was the 1999 Rams
Titans.
Super Bowl. So that was like the first real big Super Bowl I watched that I remember watching. And I was
That was like the greatest show on turf days.
yeah. So that was part of it, was like that. And I didn't really have a team. I was a Cowboys fan when I was little, but that was just because like family thing, and that was the thing to do, because it was, like you said, the era of, you had
It was like Aikman,
Emmitt Smith, and
Michael Irvin.
yeah. So that was kind of like everybody was a Cowboys fan type of deal, and I wanted my own identity, I guess. I wanted my own team. So after they won that Super Bowl, I was like, that was sick. So I just kind of became a Rams fan, but I stayed with them till now. You know what I mean? So It's not like they started losing like they did, and I jumped bandwagon or anything. I stayed a Rams fan.
Even through those dark years.
Yeah. Several dark
There's
years.
a lot of dark years.
A lot of dark years. But they won the Super Bowl this year, so
When I became a fan, it's gonna be silly, but like, you guys remember NFL Street, the game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When we started playing that game, I would always pick them.
There's a Marshall Falk.
Well, he has actually ended up being my favorite player back in the day, running back wise.
I have his jersey.
But I have his throwback too. And but like him and Warner and Isaac Bruce and all these guys that were in that game, just killing it. And I would always enjoy playing with them, and I always played with that team. And that's essentially when I became a fan back then.
Well, yeah, they were called the greatest show on turf for a reason.
Yeah.
They're a powerhouse.
Let's see. They had Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce,
Kurt Warner.
Or Warner.
No, I'm trying to think of the receiving core though.
Ricky Prohl.
Ricky Prohl and Ozakim.
Yeah, Azakim. Yep.
He's like the speedster.
Yeah. Yeah, they were fun to watch.
Do you guys play fantasy football at all?
I used to more, but like, I don't know, years ago. It just got a lot. Became a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to do like because everyone wanted to have their own league, so I was in like a bunch of different leagues, and it just kind of like, maybe it's something I'll start again, but I had to take a break.
Yeah. Cody, what about you?
Yeah, I love it. I'm all about it.
Me too. It's like, but I do feel like I feel you on the multiple leagues. You have to cap it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 to 3 is maximum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once you're going over 3, you have players that you're rooting for or rooting against. You have, on each of your teams, so it doesn't make any sense.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we set up an Our Wives or Friends league, and we'll get, if any like listeners want to participate, we'll send us.
Welcome you to the league.
Yeah, we'll do like a league that way, and all of our friends or whoever wants to participate, and we can do an Our Wives or Friends podcast league and get like some of the listeners involved and stuff. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think it would bring me back.
A lot of the leagues, they pay, you do like a $50 buy-in or $100 buy-in, and it can be kind of lucrative. I've won one specific league that I've been playing for like over a decade. I've won the league like 3 or 4 times, so it becomes kind of lucrative. It's like kind of an investment.
Okay. How much did you win?
It's like a 10 or 12 person league, year to year. So it's like, I think it's like a $50 or $100 buy. I think it's $100 buy-in. So it's like, I don't know, you win like $600.
I'm too poor for that.
Or something, $700.
I'm too poor for that.
But times 4, that covers all your entries over the year plus some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been over the last probably 5 years. I've been in at least 1 or 2 leagues every year, and I haven't got really any closer than 3rd, 4th place. But either way, I still have a good time. I enjoy it. It makes you enjoy the other games that your team is not playing in.
Exactly. It gives you some interest to maybe watch a game that you normally wouldn't.
And then you can chit chat and talk shit with your buddies and be like, oh, fuck you. This so and so is gonna do better this week. Blah blah. There's the camaraderie there.
You've ever watched the show The League? Did you ever watch that when it was?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
I've watched it a couple times now.
Yeah, that's one of those shows that I've rewatched a bunch of times. Definitely funny.
Yeah.
I think another thing with fantasy is that it's really a lot of it depends on luck too. There's obviously some kind of skill in drafting, players you think are going to be good, but there's so many injuries throughout the year. I mean, really it comes down to a lot of luck.
Yeah, like 85% of it I say
you
is
have
luck.
no idea what's and then due to injuries, some people will pop off and you have no idea if they're going to do well because they're getting stepped up, and then like
how the third string running back is going to have like a 30-point fantasy game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of dark horse wide receiver that has a great year that no one can predict at the beginning of the season. So,
or just like your number one pick either gets injured or has like the worst year they've ever had.
Exactly. It's a crapshoot a little bit. I mean, there's some basic knowledge you can kind of use, but a lot of it's a crapshoot too.
Yeah. Well, let us know if that's something any of the listeners, any of you guys would be interested in, is signing up for an Our Wives League. Maybe that's something we'll set up. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Do you guys watch college football at all?
No, I don't.
I do, but I'm kind of like a fair weather. I'm not like a diehard where I watch every single, game.
I watched like the big ones. I'm like the top 25 type deal.
Those are always good games to watch. It's hard to get into when a 3 and 4 team's playing a 2 and 8 team. It's
And I'm not typically gonna watch those unless it's like, I'm a fan of that team.
exactly, yeah. But I try to watch the bigger games. Some of the Pac-12 games, which there's some news,
Dude, breaking news. I don't know if everyone knows this, but soon in the next few years, it looks like there's going to be. I know they announced USC and UCLA moving to the Big Ten, right?
Yep.
But more have soon come out that Oregon and Washington and all these other teams also are going to be eventually moving to the Big Ten.
Wow.
That's going to be
crazy times in college right now.
Dude, honestly, college is a lot of fun to watch.
It is.
It's like any team, any given Sunday, because you can have like some, nobody school just pop off against a Big 25 and upset. The upsets are real. I think that's why I like watching college so much, just because you have so many more upsets that you're like, dude, Notre Dame just lost to a 2 and 8 team or whatever. You're like, dude, that's ridiculous.
I feel like the spectrum's a little wider too. It's either like an absolute blowout, it's either a close game or an upset, but you can get both sides of the spectrum. Like the blowouts are also more significant, like where it's like 63-7.
Dude, yeah, it's a lot of fun though because it's like exciting. They're always scoring touchdowns, and like some of the like real big plays happen too, where it's just I don't know. I've seen some crazy shit watching college ball that you'd never see in the NFL.
Oh yeah, especially some of the things like end of game lateral,
Yeah, all that. Yeah, that stuff where they're like that last second field goal to try and win, and it gets recepted and ran back for a touchdown,
right,
or something. It's crazy. I've seen like that Auburn game like a few years back where they're playing Alabama.
Yeah,
and the Auburn ran that field goal back and ended up winning the game. Crazy, dude. I don't know. It's always a good week when Alabama loses, but that's just me.
I'd agree. Or any SEC team for that matter. Fuck them all.
That lateral game reminds me of Longest Yard when they call it schoolyard bullshit. Like that lateral back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah,
I've seen that in a few NFL games, either work out or not work out. But like it's
usually
interesting
doesn't
to watch.
work out.
You know
But
what I mean?
when it does, it's exciting.
Yeah,
it's funny that like some of those things work out in college, but in the NFL, I've never really. I mean, very really rarely do you see that.
Yeah, because in college it's just a bunch of kids, right? They're not professionals yet.
That's true.
Whereas the NFL they're all getting paid and they're all professionals and
everyone's at the top of their class, really.
Yeah.
You can argue that the college guys want it more though, because they're not getting paid.
Well, they might be getting paid now.
Right.
With some of the new rule changes.
There's a controversy.
But that's one of the reasons I've liked college ball more so than NFL in recent times, I feel like, is because they play like they're trying to become pro. They put 110% in whereas some of the NFL players, they are pro. They're getting the big contracts already so that they don't always play at their full potential anymore.
Some of them cruise,
Yeah, some of them cruise by. You guys have the same thought, or I feel the same way, or no?
Yeah, for the most part.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and we can sit and talk about football and NFL and college like forever.
It'd be a whole episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll do more once like the seasons start going.
Yeah.
It's closer.
It's gonna be a good season.
Yeah, I think we'll do some football episodes here and there, but
well, video games.
Yeah, did you play video games when you were a kid?
Like, I did. I started on the Sega. I started with like the Sonic games, maybe a few baseball games.
I had a Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
I used to play.
There's a Booger Man.
Booger Man?
Did you ever play that?
I never played Booger Man. No.
No, I don't know what that is.
All right.
I played like Earthworm Jim. Do you remember Earthworm Jim?
Yeah, I remember that.
Or like the Sega, like you were saying, or the Sonic the Hedgehog and
absolutely.
Mortal Kombat.
Absolutely, that's like the prime game on Sega.
Mortal
Sonic
Kombat.
Yeah.
Booger Man though.
I don't.
There's a legit Booger Man game, and it was fun.
I've never heard of.
Okay, well,
Man.
go through like the storyline and
is it just a booger? Like you play as a booger,
I don't
or a guy that like picks his nose.
100%, but Yeah. I'm pretty sure you like shoot burgers at people and stuff like that. Like, it was fun. It was a fun game, but like the Street Fighters, the Mortal Kombats.
Hey, Booger Man, we're actively looking for sponsors.
They're definitely not around.
And
so.
if you still have a Sega, maybe look for the game out there. I still have a Sega.
You really?
You do?
Yeah, it's in my
Wow.
garage. So
Probably
guys
destroyed
wanna
because
play?
of the heat.
it might be. It probably melted.
I had a Sega. Do you remember the Dreamcast?
Vaguely, I had one, but it was like a short-lived kind of situation.
Yeah, I didn't have one, but I've played it. I don't feel like that because that was like came out after the Sega Genesis. I do remember the big one though was when the original PlayStation came out.
Oh yeah,
That was so big.
that was big. I don't know about you guys. I'm more of a PlayStation guy over Xbox. I don't know. I've always been.
Yeah, I feel that.
I always favored more to the Xbox side, but I started with the PlayStation 2, and all that.
Right.
And then I wanted to play Halo,
Okay,
so I ended up getting
fair.
Xbox One, like the original Xbox, and then the 360 came out. But that was like our group of friends. Everyone was playing Halo, so I wanted to participate,
Right.
and do like the online when that was like first the thing.
Cody, what about you? What did you start out with?
I definitely had a Sega, but like my prime video game
Atari.
playing was definitely on 64.
N64.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
the Mario's and
Oh, dude, the
Super
Donkey
Smash
Kong,
Brothers.
Super Smash Bros. There's some like Mario Kart, classic.
I don't think it gets better than Mario Kart.
Yeah, the classic Mario Kart,
Star Fox.
Star Fox,
Super Smash Bros. Is up
Super
there
Smash
too.
Bros. Is good too. My two favorite are probably Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, I didn't have an N64. I always knew someone that had one, but I had the original NES, and then I got a GameCube. I had a GameCube, and I played like Super Smash Brothers Melee when that came out. But I also had a PS2 and a PlayStation, always had it, or a Game Boy. I always had Game Boy.
Oh, I had Game Boys. Remember when the Game Boy Colors came out? The shit.
Yeah, I had one of those. I had the green one.
I don't think I ever owned one, but I had friends that had them.
Game Boys?
Yeah.
I was too hooked on PlayStation though.
I could take the Game Boy anywhere. I could play
Heck yeah.
Pokemon anywhere I wanted to.
Hey, what
Absolutely.
about for PlayStation the old Tekken games?
Tekken, I had all the Tekken
Those are
games.
great.
Yeah. Dude, I remember playing Tekken. That was always fun.
I'm pretty sure they either made or are making a Tekken movie.
Really?
I haven't seen it. I think I've seen some kind of preview. For
I think
it.
I've heard that too. I think it's in the process.
I think so.
Do you ever play like the racing game, like Gran Turismo?
Oh yeah,
Like I remember when the first Gran Turismo came out. That was fun.
that was a good game. Yeah.
Did you have any of the what do they call those? It was like the cheat code devices where you could put it like attach them.
Yeah.
What were those called? Game Genies?
I don't know. You go up to his website and look up all these
Game
cheat
Shark.
codes. Game Shark.
Game Sharks.
Or what about like there's like Need for Speed, or there was of course Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Oh,
Grand
dude.
Theft
Grand Theft Auto was like a game
So
changer.
Grand Theft Auto 3, because the first two were like top-down scrollers,
Right.
which nobody really. I mean, people played those obviously, but
Oh, I loved all of them.
I didn't get introduced until Grand Theft Auto 3 when it was like more in depth and not a top-down scroller.
As
It's
far
like
as the-
9-year-old me beating up prostitutes on Grand Theft Auto.
Stealing cars and shanking prostitutes to get your money back after you banged them.
well, the absolute classic Grand Theft Auto has got to be San Andreas, right?
I played. I had San Andreas. Yeah.
What was the original one?
Oh,
Original what?
Original Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto 1?
yeah, I don't remember.
It
what
was a
it's called.
top-down scroller.
San Andreas was cool though.
I think
Andreas was
San
cool.
Andreas was like 2 or 3.
But there was
right?
Vice City.
Yeah.
There's Vice City was
was
2,
4.
right?
4, you think?
Because it went Grand Theft Auto 1, Grand Theft Auto 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, which was the one, like
And then
the first main one where you were
San Andreas.
actually like in a, first-person type.
I think second
person.
was Vice City, and I think the third was San Andreas.
For Grand
Like-
Theft Autos?
I feel like
so.
Vice City
No.
was after San Andreas.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it went Grand Theft Auto 3, and then I want to say it was San Andreas.
Okay,
came out
that-
after that.
That
And then it
seems
was
like it
Vice
makes more
City.
sense, yeah.
They were probably right.
Or it was the other way around. It was either Vice City, San Andreas, or San Andreas, Vice City.
No, San Andreas is the older one for sure.
That's like the OG.
Yeah.
Well, keep talking. I'm gonna look at it.
Okay.
Well, I remember on Vice City was cool because you can get on like dirt bikes and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was on San Andreas or not.
Well, what I miss,
Anyways, it's a great game.
what I miss most of all is the cheats.
Yeah,
Remember, you could buy the cheat code books and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it'll tell you all the cheats, and
you
then
get like
you
a helicopter out of nowhere.
it was so easy just to type in this like button layout code, and then you could fucking you could have a helicopter, you could have a car that floats on water and shit. Like it's, I don't know, it definitely is a big part of my childhood video game
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
I don't know.
era.
There's like a select few games that go into like kind of like the video game Hall of Fame, and that has to be.
All right,
That's
I have
one
the
of them.
breaking right here.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, Grand Theft Auto 3 came out in 2001.
Okay,
Vice City came out 2002.
okay.
Oh,
San
okay.
Andreas didn't come out till 2004.
Wow, I'm surprised
All right.
that's the way
So
that
it was
worked
Vice
out.
City for Grand Theft Auto 3, then Grand Theft Auto Vice City,
And
then,
then
San
San
Andreas.
Andreas. Yeah.
Well, there's been several after that too. What were those called?
Well, Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5, Liberty Cities, whatever. But it was 4, then 5.
I think
Now
I
they're-
just lost track after.
now they're
San
coming out
Yeah,
with-
Andreas.
there's so many.
Now they're coming out with 6. Which is going to be dope. Be crazy.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
the limit is what you could do is probably endless.
Well, I think if we're going to talk about video games, we need to talk about Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, I played the like OG all the way up till now, I guess.
Yeah, because
I mean-
after Halo, it was essentially Call of Duty that took over.
Yeah, and the original like Modern Warfares.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's up there too. The whole series really, and the online play kind of took off right about first generation Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I remember I was like a huge SOCOM Navy SEALs.
I remember SOCOM.
That was a great
So
game.
common, it's a classic.
We used to
But
play
then Call of Duty came out and just kind of wiped it out completely.
Yeah, we used to play a couple buddies of mine. We used to play Rainbow Six, Vegas, and then Vegas 2 came out. And we had a lot of fun playing that because I was like an online but like tactical, first person shooter.
Right.
We had actually a pretty good group. Like we almost didn't lose ever. A lot of fun.
Right on.
I wish there was
Cool.
like tournaments back then because we probably would have done really well.
Yeah. No, I got really into SOCOM where we had like, it was like our group clan that would play together. We'd play other groups and stuff, and it was like really intense.
Yeah, I remember SOCOM. It was a lot of fun. It was the same type of thing where it was like real technical and
Mm-hmm.
you had to use a lot of strategy.
Exactly, yeah. You always had like, some of your snipers staying back. I liked the only difference is a lot of Call of Duty stuff that I played was mostly respawn. I don't know if you guys usually played mostly respawn, but I know on SOCOM it was like they'd have rounds. So it's like once you get killed,
Like elimination style.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you'd have to sit and watch everybody else and think about, okay, I need to not get killed as early in this next round.
Yeah, elimination because you're just sitting there watching kill cams until the round's over.
Yeah, so it kind of increases the strategy a little bit, but
Have you played any of the new like Rainbow Six games? Like the new one, Rainbow Six.
I'm a little out of touch on video games right now.
That one's got a huge professional. Like they just play it on ESPN sometimes. Yeah.
Wow.
Cody, do you still play? Do you still game?
I do, but mostly where I'm at is if I want to play like first person shooter, I'm gonna do Warzone, and it's very casual because we all have our lives, and it doesn't quite fit in sometimes. But like when I have time and I
So you
have
like
time
the-
to
you like-
relax and chill,
You like the battle royale type stuff?
I do, but I like the battle royale only if I have other people who are gonna play with me.
Yeah, same. I don't play battle royales by myself.
If I'm gonna play by myself, it's usually like a plunder type deal where I can
What do you play Warzone on?
PlayStation 4.
It is crossplay.
It is
I
crossplay.
do have a PC that has that. I play it. Could play with you,
But we don't.
but we don't. Yeah.
Do you guys play PC games like old school PC games or
Like, what would be the definition of an old school PC game
maybe like
or an example of?
Age of Empires or like Diablo?
I have played like some of the Diablos and stuff. Yeah.
I used to be like a huge Diablo fanatic. Like Diablo 2.
They're coming out with a new one, and they remastered Diablo 2.
I'd be interested.
Yeah.
I was never a huge PC gamer, but those are 2 PC games that I did.
Well, I ended up switching. I moved away from Xbox and bought a PC, and because like the same as like all my friends ended up switching and playing PC, so it's like, I don't want to be the only one by myself. You just kind of like move with everybody,
Yeah, a popular game or whatever he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Warzone is so popular.
And everything's
Everybody wants to
available.
play it.
Everything's available on PC. Plus, I can keep upgrading it. I don't have to buy a whole new console.
Right.
I can just every few years pop in a new part and get it running. And that's all I use it for. I don't use it for like normal computer stuff. I only use it for gaming.
I think people who play PC on like even Warzone or some of these other games have an advantage for sure. Would you guys say that?
That's debatable
That's what I've heard.
because I have been able to stomp on keyboard and mouse with a controller.
But you can play with a controller on PC.
Sometimes.
Yes.
But that's you get the same aim assist as you would on console, so it doesn't make sense. So if I playing on PC with a controller and you playing on PlayStation with a controller, there's no advantage or disadvantage. I still have the same aim assist you have. I think it comes down to
Perhaps, yeah.
skill.
Well, sometimes you can improve your field of view.
You can do that on certain games on your console too. They're starting to like bring that kind of stuff over.
It depends on the game, I guess. But like as far as Warzone goes, your field of view, you can open it up much more. And for people you don't know what that is, it's range you can see essentially with your
peripherals,
your view.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a designated view that you have based on what system you're on, and then you can open that up so that you can see, we'll say, 180 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
that makes sense.
Yeah, some games are definitely more customizable on PC than on console, but I guess in that sense, I may have the advantage. But
I've always been a huge fan of like the sports games too, like the Madden.
I never got into like FIFA though. I'm not really like soccer guy.
I was never huge on it, but I always enjoyed playing it. I was just never a diehard.
Yeah, I was more of
like the NHL games. I don't even watch hockey that much.
NHL,
but they're fun to play.
The NHL games are so fun.
Yeah,
so fun.
And they used to have the college football games. Those were fun.
They need to bring those back. With the players getting paid now, eventually.
I even like the NBA Live games. Those are always fun. The sports games, I don't know. I always found, especially Madden. Madden's probably the top sports game.
I played Madden. I don't remember the last time I played a Madden game, to be honest. I used to buy them every year. Every year I would get the Madden game. But I don't remember the last time I even got one.
I haven't played any current sports games, really. But I did play some old school ones, like on 64.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely played some.
Like the NBA Street,
yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, on PlayStation, they made an NBA Street as well. So they went across sports with NBA and NFL Street stuff.
Yeah.
And I did play NBA Street, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed playing those games.
Those are fun. Even like Blitz.
Yeah,
where you do like a backflip over someone.
Dude, they had those like in the arcades. Remember
fun,
they had them arcade set up too, where you'd play NFL Blitz.
Right.
You can just like break people's backs and stuff. Crazy.
Yeah, it definitely had a good time playing a lot of them games.
Yeah, video games have always been kind of our generation thing because they came out in the 80s. They were got popular in the 80s, and
like
then
Pong.
But the like golden age of like the graphics and 3D graphics and all this stuff, like that was definitely like us.
I recently played one of those VR video games too.
Okay.
It was so much fun. It was a blast. Like I would really be interested in purchasing one of those.
What game did you play?
I don't know what it's called, but they play music, and basically you have these little VR things, and they're kind of like lightsabers.
Oh, Beat Saber.
Yeah, and so you like have to hit these blocks, according to the beat of the music. Mm-hmm. So you're moving around, and I don't know. It was so much fun though.
Yeah, you gotta play. I've done that. I've done the VR stuff a couple times. I had a buddy that had like the full setup, and he had the sensors in his house.
Yeah.
In his living room.
Oh wow.
Like mounted and stuff. He could set them up, And
That's
then
that's hardcore.
It would
Yeah.
trace the whole living room, so it
Yeah.
would present the obstacles so that you couldn't run into stuff. And that was a lot of fun. What'd you bring me? Oh,
I want a drink.
yeah. Where's my drink? Just had like a Starbucks delivery.
Wow. Middle of the podcast.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sign me up.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
I'm excited
Oh,
for
VR.
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 Yeah.
So I played. Have you played like Super Hot? Have you played that game?
No.
So it's a shooter, but it's pretty trippy. When you move, you speed up time, and if you slow, you can slow down time. The slower you move. So like, you have all these guys like they do like it's a level based, and you have to like clear each level.
Right.
But there's guys like coming after you, and you have to kill all these guys.
Like a shooter game.
It's a shooter.
Okay.
But you can use other things than the guns. Like I can take shoot, and I can increase time and speed up, or I can, as they're shooting me, I can slow time and go like full on Neo Matrix. Like you have to dodge their bullets and stuff, or objects like knives that they throw at you or whatever.
Right
But
on.
you can also like duck down, and I've grabbed like a knife like right here and like thrown it. Like it's a lot of fun. That's a fun game. You end up sweating a lot because you look like a dumbass to everyone else because you're like ducking and moving and doing all this shit, you know. But to you, you're like, dude, this is badass.
Right.
I've also done one like the roller coaster ones where it makes you feel like you're in a roller coaster. There's also one where we used to put a wooden plank, like a 4x4 or 2x4 or something on the floor, and it's an elevator, and it takes you up all the way up, and you have like everything on, and the door opens, and there's just like a plank that you walk out over like traffic. So you put the actual plank out, and it makes you feel like you're actually walking on it.
Right. So you
Dude.
think you might fall or whatever.
Dude, you feel like you're actually high up. It's really trippy.
I'd be interested for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty. They have all kinds of VR stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. They got a
Join the metaverse.
A metaverse, yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
No,
They got a metaverse that you can
after my recent experience,
assault-
I'm definitely
assault people and do all kinds of crazy shit.
I'm pro VR, so I might look into maybe buying one.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Depends on the kind of VR though too. Like if you're getting one that's like the PlayStation VR
Right.
or whatever, then that's all right. But if you want like one of the super high end ones,
Right.
You gotta have a nice PC to run it because it takes a lot to run the super nice stuff.
Yeah.
Or the expensive ones, I guess.
I'm excited too for my kids to maybe like start playing video games a few years down the road.
Ooh, it's a cake pop. Got me a cake pop.
So it's a birthday cake flavor.
Yeah. Do you like cake pops?
Do.
Yeah, they're good. I think I'd rather have like a cake pop than like an actual piece of cake.
I'm in that boat as well.
Yeah, good.
What do you think?
Delicious. You want a lick?
I'm gonna pass today, but
You want a lick, Cody? Cody went. He just got up and left.
I don't know. Are you excited? Do you see your daughter playing video games?
Yeah. She'll there's been a few times where I've played games and she'll sit on my lap and want her own controller
Yeah.
or whatever. And so I put one that's not plugged in, do that whole thing. She's definitely interested.
It's funny because like I feel like when we were growing up, like girls weren't as interested in video games. I mean, maybe this is just my experience. And then like as time has progressed, it seems like it's changed a lot.
Yeah, my sister likes playing games. She plays a lot of video games with all her friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, that cake pop got to me. Bad idea. Welcome back, Cody. You go take a piss?
Yeah, nobody knew about it, but until you talked about it, but that's fine.
I turned around, you were gone.
You know, sometimes when you're having a good time and drinking a few beverages,
You broke the seal.
broke the seal early, bro. Early.
That's
It's just part of it.
yeah, that's a bummer.
Some might say it's part of being a dad.
Party foul, breaking the seal.
I had several drinks before I even got here.
And anyway, I don't know what we were talking about. Remember what we were talking about? VR. We kind of finished
we're talking about video
VR.
games in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're kind of wrapping up
Okay. I just want to say one, just real quick.
Yeah.
There are some naughty things on there as well.
Like VR?
Take that with where you will. Absolutely
You got,
naughty things. I was introduced
Are
to
you saying
it.
that there's like Pornhub VR?
Yeah.
Pornhub, we're actively seeking sponsors.
I think I'm gonna go look for a VR this afternoon.
Are you really?
Yeah, no. The first time I was introduced to it was a game where it was like a first person shooter type deal where it was very slow motion and that, and then it progressively went to, hey, check this out, and then I put it on my head, and it was like, oh, there are several girls here that are pretty and looking at me, and yeah, it progressed from there. So we'll just we'll leave it up to the imagination, but.
All it looks like to everyone else is you just got a headset on with your dick out.
Yeah, don't do that at a party with friends. It's definitely going to be awkward.
Gonna be frowned upon.
Yeah, definitely frowned upon.
Depends on the kind of party, man.
If it's that kind of party, everybody's got a headset on. So.
You're just having an orgy in the metaverse or what?
It's a metaverse orgy. Yeah.
Let's stray away from this.
And that's the last thing I want to say about
this can go down a rabbit hole.
Go on.
Real quick, there is one thing that I think needs to get brought up. Was Eric, when we first got here, you were telling us a story about a haircut adventure.
Oh yeah,
I think this is off topic, but I think this story needs to get shared because it was pretty funny.
Let's go down this rabbit hole. I went to get my haircut downtown yesterday. And there's a lot of, there's not much parking downtown. It's kind of weird. So I had to park, halfway down the street a little bit in front of this tattoo shop. So I get out, I go to get my haircut, and there's a homeless man downtown kind of talking to himself. He's pretty out there. And I was like, okay, no biggie. I just passed this guy, kind of ignore him. And when I come out of my haircut, like 30 minutes later, he was outside of the tattoo shop talking to some guys that are smoking a cigarette out there. And so I'm walking to my car and I kind of hear some commotion a little bit where they go, hey, it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to leave. And he starts getting really aggressive with these guys and yelling at them and really kind of like almost not charging them, but really getting in their face, So I get in my car and I could have taken off, but, I was like, man, I gotta see what happens here. Like,
yeah.
Is this homeless guy gonna lose it on these guys or what? And out of nowhere, some just like huge guy comes walking out of that tattoo shop with a taser, and he starts almost prodding the homeless man, and with this, you can see the electricity on this thing.
He's all zapping it.
Yeah, he's zapping it and saying, "Hey man, him off. You gotta get the fuck out of here." And the homeless person saw the taser and man, scared the shit out of him. He got all of his shit and fucking started running down the street. So it was pretty funny. It's pretty funny to watch this unfold as I'm like just sitting in my car.
That's the adventures of getting a haircut.
Yeah, just went to go get a haircut and I got a show too. So
that's the adventures of the town we live in. Good Lord.
The downtown homeless zombie apocalypse.
Oh my gosh. I think that's everywhere, though. I don't think that's just here.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I recently talked to somebody. I mean, I didn't. Okay. I kind of picked up on a third-party conversation of someone that was out of state, and they had never seen a homeless person before.
I have encountered people that live out of state that have never seen homeless people either.
They're in culture shock. Like, I've never seen a homeless person before.
Yeah, but I think that's just like a California thing.
Absolutely. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, they get shifted from other. I don't know if you have heard this rumor, but like they get shifted from other towns. Other towns will buy them a bus ticket and then shift them down this way.
Shift them?
Shift them.
Just
ship. Yeah. Maybe I said ship them. Either way, it's the same thing.
Yeah, they just FedEx them to different cities.
Yeah, via.
And then that city gets tired of them, and then they buy them another bus ticket and they send them to another city.
We just keep making it okay to be here, essentially.
Well, that's not for us to figure out, I guess.
Yeah, that's a very, very serious topic. Maybe we should not talk about it.
My haircut adventure the other day.
Yeah, Cody, you turned out a way,
Sorry,
figured out a way to make this a buzzkill. Literally buzzkill.
Squeeze me. Squeeze me.
Are there other? So let's shift. I
Okay.
thought it was a funny story, so I thought I needed to get out there. But let's shift towards any other hobbies that maybe you guys have or want to talk about. I know. What about yeah, so I barbecue and food and that type of stuff. I know that's kind of hobby-ish, right? I mean, the grill master take pride in that. Like I just the other night, like or smoked a brisket, and that was an adventure in itself. I mean, it's not like I can just do it, in 30 minutes and it'd be done.
How long did it take you to smoke your brisket, and what was the size of the brisket?
It was like a 10-pound brisket, and it took me about 10 hours. But I started it like Friday night at like 7:30. I put it on, and about 3:30 in the morning, so like 8 hours later, it was right at the temperature I wanted it to be. I just was up all night, like checking on it, because just paranoid that
Right.
at a barbecue or a smoker going all night, I didn't want to sleep.
Right.
I didn't want to burn the house down or anything or something go wrong. So I was just paranoid and up all night, and then yeah, about 3:30, it was at the temperature I wanted. So I pulled it off, wrapped it in butcher paper, and then put it back on the smoker for another like 2 hours or so. And then after that, it was right at that temperature that I wanted. So I actually took it off, wrapped it in saran wrap cellophane just to keep all the moisture in, and then put it in my ice chest until dinner. And by the time dinner rolled around, it was still hot. The ice chest kept it hot. So excuse me, sorry. Kept it hot. It was delicious. Just fell apart. It was so good. But it takes time. It's like kind of a hobby because
Yeah, there's trials and tribulations.
yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just like I'm gonna buy this meat and do it. Like you gotta have the smoker, the seasonings, the prep. I mean, it's a hobby for sure.
Time is a big issue. A big part of that. Yeah.
That's why I can do something like that on a weekday.
Right. Where we have time to monitor and stuff like that.
Yeah. Cody, what do you like to grill up?
I'm big on tri-tips, and I hate to say it, but like I'm big on tri-tips. I love to, even if it's like a 24 soak, I guess you could say, with
Marinade.
Marinade. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
With a tri-tip, I like to do like a red wine vinegar with like a Worcestershire sauce, as a marinade with some olive oil. And maybe a little like steak seasoning on top of it.
Sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, and if you give it like 24 hours, sheesh, delicious.
There's always like a huge tri-tip brisket kind of debate,
Yeah,
think
there's
back-
more than
back
one way to
east-
skin a cat.
Back east,
you
it's
know what I mean?
briskets. They don't even know about. They don't even eat tri-tip.
Yeah, back east it's more of a brisket thing,
Mhm.
and out west here it's more of a tri-tip thing.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't,
I personally, if I had a preference, I lean towards tri-tip, but I respect brisket too.
it's just a different cut of meat.
Right.
The prep is different and everything. A tri-tip, you can, you don't have to do the whole prep and smoke it for hours. You can, that can be just a quick, hour long, 30-minute cook
Right.
if you need it to be.
Yeah, there's so many different cuts of meat. Like it's like there's a cut of meat near the rear of a cow. It's called a picana.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a small tri-tip. It's a little bit smaller than a regular tri-tip, but it's a tender piece of meat.
You like cow
No.
ass. You like eating that cow ass?
Eating ass.
You like ATM?
You talking shit?
No, that meat is.
I am just saying it's delicious, and there's not a whole lot of fat at that part, so there's not a whole lot of trimming that needs to be done.
Where do you get a pecan? Do you get it like a butcher block?
There's a
or-
local butcher block. It's called the Butcher Block here in town.
Yeah. That's where I go. I go there.
Yeah, off Hageman.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow up our spot, but like,
Yeah.
Our listeners gonna be googling like Hageman.
oh, who cares? Come on, like really?
Let's go. Hey, Butcher Block. We were looking for. Dude, I would love to have a.
That's probably. I know. I have a connect actually.
That'd be an ideal sponsor.
Dude, I would love to have like a Butcher Block sponsor us. It'd be sick.
I have a connect with that Butcher Block we're talking about.
Look it up with the pod, man.
No, I'm not sure because you were just talking shit about the fact that I said Hageman. So.
No, I wasn't. That's not why.
No, that's not why. No.
No, dude, having a butcher sponsor us, that'd be sick, dude.
Yeah, that's cool.
Love that.
Yeah, well, they sell the picanas individually.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, I guess, a little bit smaller tri-tip, but it's tender meat. And it's really good.
How big are they usually? Like,
they're probably roughly 2/3 of the size of a tri-tip. It's a little bit smaller, but it's real tender.
Are they more expensive?
There's no fat. There's almost no fat.
Not always good though.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit.
That's where you get all your moisture from. Just gonna be dry meat or what?
Well, no. I mean, there's other ways to moisturize your meat as far as oil and stuff like that. Olive oil.
Or lotion.
Lotion it up.
I feel like you're attacking me.
I'm not
Are you attacking me?
No, I'm not attacking you. I was curious.
Híjole.
I was just curious why you like it.
No, yeah, I'm just saying it's
Kind of like a loin,
It's
right?
nice.
Kind of like where it's like super lean.
Yeah,
and like a loin.
Very lean. Yeah. It's a good slice of meat, but then not a lot of people know about it because it's not a real popular slice of meat.
I'm gonna try it out of curiosity next time I'm there for sure.
He's all that bull penis. No, that's a cut of meat people don't really know about, but it's super tender. I eat the cow vagina right off.
You know what? I get not wanting to waste shit, but like, if I'm being honest, no, I'm good.
You're not gonna fry some cow lips or what?
No.
Some buffalo hoof?
What about have you guys had Rocky Mountain oysters?
Which is bull balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, I've had turkey nuts.
I haven't had those.
I've had turkey nuts, but not.
I've had lamb fries. They call them lamb fries.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they're prepared correctly. They're pretty damn good.
What is lamb fries? I'm sorry.
It's lamb nuts.
Oh, okay.
They
Lots
just
of genitals of animals talking about right now.
I say we do a smorgasbord and we get some bull balls, turkey nuts, lamb fries. Let's just do all of it.
It should be like a blindfold taste test. So it's like
Can you
Live?
tell- Yeah, live.
Yeah,
Let's do
that'd be
it.
sweet. Yeah, okay.
Let's just throw a couple penises in there.
let's put it this way. I've had lamb fries prepared well, like really well, and I've had them prepared really shitty. And it makes a difference how it's prepared.
You're an expert, I guess, huh?
You're an expert on lamb nuts.
On lamb nuts. I'm your guy. But I'm assuming that's with anything though.
Girl, I don't
You
even
could
like
have
them
a-
cooked up. I like them straight off the lamb.
Depends on how things are prepared. You know, you might really like something compared to.
Yeah, it's all
Mhm.
personal preference.
Of course.
Everyone's gonna like what they like. You know. Can't please everybody.
Can't please everyone.
It's the way it is. All you can do is put a fake smile on, say it was good, and move on.
Thanks.
Cody over here eating his cow ass. I'm sure it's good. I'm gonna have to try it now.
Eating
Now,
ass.
now you seem jealous.
I am
Like you
jealous.
haven't eaten cow ass and shit. Like,
I'm intrigued. When I do go there, I go there like maybe once every couple weeks. And I'll probably get that kind of meat.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go to the butcher block. We'll do a live episode right in the middle and not tell them that we're showing up.
dude, I'm telling you, they would be all about the sponsorship there.
Hey, they have some pretty good jalapeno poppers there too.
Dude, they have lots of different types of sausage there too.
Mm-hmm.
They have a macaroni, like a chili verde macaroni sausage.
Butcher
To die
block.
for.
Look us up. We'll send people your way. It's really good. Yeah, they do like a taco night where you buy all the fixins. They even do like meat you can't get typically, like elk and
Yeah.
venison and all
Yeah.
that
That's
kind of
fun.
stuff.
We actually
Yeah.
we did a taco night, not
Mhm.
too long ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we went there and got all the meat and stuff.
It was worth it, yeah.
And they sell a lot of local stuff too. It's a good spot. It's always people in there. Any other any other like food stuff? You guys like have you guys like had a quest to find like the best burger? You ever done that?
I definitely have some spots where I have gone where the burgers are fucking real good. I know there's one spot that I've gone called Bombay's. I won't say where it's at, but like it's they have a burger that has a hot dog split on top of it. It's real good.
Like you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, delicious.
I think the best burger I've probably ever had was a place called Hop Dotties. You ever been to Hop Dotties?
No.
We don't have one here, but they actually they make their buns fresh every day, every morning, and then they take I want to say it's ribeyes, and they ground up their beef every morning for the burgers. So it's like everything's super fresh. The lettuce is fresh and cut every day as needed, and it's just such like a good quality tasting burger that you can't beat it. It's
Sounds
just
delicious.
so good. Plus, they have like tons of beers on tap, and
Can't go wrong there. That always makes the burger taste better.
that's another hobby too. Is like beer. I feel like
Like going to some breweries.
like everyone has like their IPAs or their small brewery type beers that they prefer.
I always like going to a brewery and getting like the little flights that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So, you go and you read all these beers and you're like, man, there's quite a few that I think I could like. And then you just kind of put them all together and find out what your favorite one is at that brewery.
Yeah, that's fun. It's like wine tasting. They do like the way they do breweries now is like a winery where like you do all the tasters and
Right.
it's like an experience. A lot of fun. I've been to like quite a bit of breweries, I guess, but they keep like popping up with more.
Yeah.
Hard to like keep up.
Yeah, and then they have microbreweries where that's more local type breweries that are kind of cool. It just depends on what you're into.
Yeah, no, I'm all about it. They always usually have pretty good food there too.
Yeah, they always have decent food at those places.
But no, I like to. Obviously, you can go and pick like a blind one off the wall and see. You obviously have an idea of what you like between IPAs and these different kinds. But it's always cool to get like a flight and just put them all together and just.
Try different kinds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that we should wrap it up here. I think that was pretty good. I know there was a few topics that we didn't get to, but maybe we'll save that for a part 2 or something. 'Cause
Absolutely.
it just kind of seemed like there's a lot of stuff that we like doing, I guess.
Yeah.
And this was kind of I think it's like more of like a selfish episode. We were more talking about us, not necessarily us being dads. But that's okay. We're allowed to do that every once in a while.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta keep coming up with new shit, right? It can't always. I mean, we're gonna eventually run out of dad stuff to talk
I
about.
don't want to think that way, Cody. We'll never run out of dad stuff. Okay.
Sure.
Well, thank you for joining us, Cody. That was I know you had fun last time we were here, and people
Yeah.
enjoyed your episode, so we wanted to bring you back.
Great to have you back on the show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. If you're looking for us anywhere, we are on Facebook, Instagram, almost Twitter, and we're on TikTok. So hit us up if you got any questions or if you're interested in that fantasy football league, let us know. Other than that, everyone have a good day. Thank you.